All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our webinar series, and thank you for joining us. I'm Enoch, Learning and Development Practitioner for Geotab Africa. Now, for this session, we will be talking about fleet management and asset inspection, a topic that is aimed at both Geotab's existing clients and fleet-based organizations looking into getting a world-leading fleet management solution. So, with that being said, just to go through some housekeeping. I hope you guys are comfortable and ready for yet another informative session. And for those who couldn't join us today, no worries. There will be a recording of this session that will be made available to on our YouTube channel, and the link will be highlighted across our social media platforms for ease of access. So be on the lookout for that. All right. Now that we are settled in, let's have a look at what we'll be touching on in today's session. We will be going through fleet management and asset inspection, the importance of fleet management, and a few features that you can use from Geotab to manage your fleet and always be on top of your game. And then we will also be talking about asset inspection, and again, the importance of it, some of the benefits, which we will all tie down to why we as fleet managers need to use Geotab Drive app to conduct asset inspections. All right. And then finally, I will play possibly a short video that will take you through on how to complete vehicle inspection. All right. Now, before we jump into the webinar content, if you have any questions during the session, please type them out in our Q&A section, and probably we'll try to handle some of those questions later on or at the end of the webinar series. If not, remember that we will also be having our support team always ready to tackle your questions that might come even after the session as it goes. All right. So if you would like to reach us after the session, our office number is 011-564-5400, and you can send your emails to info@geotabafrica.com. So Geotab's fleet management software, My Geotab, it takes the complexity out of collecting data and transforms it into useful information that businesses can act on. For example, most Geotab customers want to understand how fuel consumption is impacted by driving habits, the time of day spent driving versus idling. And then Geotab normalizes the data to a common unit of measurement to simplify overall fleet management. So fleet management is basically the procurement, supervision, and maintenance of vehicles, driver safety, and associated costs of retainment of your vehicles. More and more fleet-based organizations are seeing the need for the overall benefits of having a proper fleet management system in place. Now, recent studies have shown that the global fleet management industry is expected to reach a market value of approximately 650 billion rands by the year 2026. However, as the amount of data that fleet managers are expected to collect, track, and analyze increases, Geotab Fleet Management software can enable fleet managers to accurately and efficiently automate and streamline various aspects of day-to-day business processes related to fleet management on a single platform using the latest technology and the expandability innovation. So through Geotab's add-ins, companies can extend their fleet tracking capabilities and get more value from their telematics solution. So IO expansion technology makes it possible to connect additional hardware to the Geotab Go device. So to get more information about our expandability innovation, the benefits, contact our sales team, like I said, on 011-564-5400. So the main question here is, ladies and gentlemen, why is fleet management so important for a fleet-based organization? I believe that is one of the primary reasons why we are all gathered here today. Vehicle fleet management is a process of overseeing all control costs, fleet maintenance, and fleet operations to help increase the business efficiency and minimize risks. Any business that uses commercial vehicles daily should employ some form of fleet management system. So using Geotab's fleet managers have seen continual improvement in many perspectives. For example, are we using the right type of vehicles or the right cars for our day-to-day users? And our fleet's overall fuel consumptions in line with organizational expectations? So if you operate commercial vehicles daily, you need to manage your fleet effectively. So vehicle fleet management can be quite challenging, which is why it's important to have your fleet vehicle data in one secured location, be it for things like managing your drivers, vehicle maintenance, asset utilization, overseeing fuel consumption, just to name a few. Here we can see how proper fleet management system will assist the company in making better or well-informed decisions when it comes to this perspective. Fleet managers should utilize vehicle tracking systems and dash cams that provide real-time visibility and incorporate this data into driver training. Because at the end of the day, the purpose also is for asset management and to assist drivers in improving their driver behavior. So with vehicle tracking ability from Geotab, fleet managers can monitor when sharp turns, when hard braking happens, view acceleration rates and vehicle speeds in certain areas. This helps to assist you as fleet managers to train your drivers in improving poor driving habits and pinpointing areas of concern. As a result of better driving behavior, your fleet will experience lower fuel costs, fewer accidents, and increased longevity due to less wear and tear on your vehicles. Now, aggressive driving can waste fuel and cause unnecessary vehicle wear and tear. Additionally, unsafe driving can potentially lead to collisions, injury, or expensive legislations that companies have to face. So fleets can address these issues using driver tracking and coaching with telematics. Our robust suite of driver tracking and coaching tools help you track and evaluate driver performance as highlighted. So whether you want to increase driver safety, productivity, efficiency, or compliance, we have the right solution to help you reach your goals. So Geotab offers the following tools to help you manage your drivers. We've got the GoTalk, which is our in-cab vehicle driver assistance, driver safety scorecards, driver IDs. We also have things like your compliance dashboards, which also comes in handy. And just to name a few, also things like the speeding and seatbelt violations. My Geotab's flexible notification system, as we can see here, allows fleet managers to be on one step ahead when it comes to fleet management, if we can put it that way. They will receive email or text notifications based on user-defined rules. So staying on top of your day-to-day fleet activities, such as unsafe driving behavior or when drivers enter or exit specific areas or areas of interest. So Geotab's fleet management system has changed the game drastically with instant notifications that fleet managers can use to identify driver behavior. For example, as highlighted, not only will it be managers getting these notifications that make sure they know it as it happens. You can now ensure improvements by setting audible alerts to let the driver know when a parameter is exceeded or a rule is thus broken. Once this feature has been turned on, this is where we have seen majority of drivers changing their behavior, and in some instances within 1 month. All right, so fleet managers can quickly identify issues and prioritize vehicle repairs with active diagnostic faults and critical engine data available through Geotab's fleet maintenance software. What this then means for you as fleet managers is that you will save time and reduce costs by focusing on predictive engine health and keeping vehicle downtime to a minimum. Harsh driving can take a toll, as highlighted, on vehicle condition. So improving driver behavior is one way to help. Even the simplest vehicle repairs can be costly to your bottom line. So minimizing vehicle wear and tear with features like Geotab's driver safety scorecard and proactive coaching alerts or coaching tools is going to assist us as fleet managers to head in the right direction. And the value, which is what we're all looking for, the value of maintenance at the end of the day can help fleet managers to, number one, maximize on-road time, minimize downtime, plan repairs around your workload rather than waiting for equipment and vehicles to fail. So if you take, for example, battery level in a vehicle, it is 100% avoidable scenario. So there is no reason as to why drivers should have a battery death on the side of the road if you are monitoring the data and you have your notifications set on. It's something you can stay on top of. What we want to do is to stay proactive as to being reactive when it comes to our maintenance. There are hidden costs associated with equipment failing, and I'm sure you would agree with me in that case. So, I mean, if you have a driver stranded on the side of the road, there is tangible costs involved, like the cost of tow or the cost of the towing, the cost of the battery replacement, but then you also have the related cost or cost related to another driver having to step in to assist. And this all in all is going to hurt the company's overall productivity. Now, unfortunately, that is not a cost that will come as a bill at the end of the month. It's a hidden cost. Another way for fleet managers to stay on top or ahead of the game when it comes to fleet management is to have an idea on the fuel consumption of each one of your vehicles or your entire fleet. Now, last month's webinar series was based on the fuel saving features on the Geotab platform. Please subscribe to our channel to make sure you do not miss out on our newsletters as well as our monthly webinar series. So just to continue, my Geotab then offers fleet managers the option to monitor fuel consumption or data from multiple sources with confidence check. This is where you will have access to detailed fuel reports that are easy to analyze, easy to customize, as well as easy to interpret. Now, from there, you can use all the useful reports that basically talk to the needs of your organization through the dashboard, which is a graphical snapshot of all the set and selected reports. All these dashboard reports are in Microsoft Excel, which makes it very convenient, very user-friendly, and you can also export PDF reports conveniently when needed so. Now, you will see here that I have a snapshot of one of the features or reports that fleet managers can use to monitor fuel consumption. It's under the engine and maintenance menu from the menu option on my Geotab. It's the fuel and EV, which is electric vehicle energy usage report. Now, one can easily see that last month's, you can easily see last month's fuel economy, how much fuel was used through the entire month. And I also see that for fleets with electric vehicles, you can also see and monitor the total energy used for the entire month. All right. And with all the data that I've just mentioned, compared to the total distance covered, fleets do not only know the fleet's fuel consumption, but also monitor productivity and profit margins for the entire organization. Now we all see how Geotab is helping fleet-based organizations to streamline the complexity of fleet maintenance into simple, measurable data on a single platform. I think now we can jump into the next topic. Now we'll be touching on our next part of the session, which is asset inspection, which is also a part of fleet maintenance. So asset inspections are a vital business function in virtually any industry. Frequent inspections ensure your assets are working as close to 100% efficiency as possible, and performing inspections irregularly cannot achieve, our companies that perform inspections irregularly cannot achieve increased results, or rather say same results and increase in terms of your accidents, breakdowns, or outright failure, damaging or possibly ruining your asset and basically lowering asset management within your organization. And then I also see it says, number 3, the more regularly you inspect an asset, the more problems you will catch before they become costlier. Easily said and done. Now, just because your personnel conduct a thorough inspection and prove an asset is functional and safe at the time, it doesn't mean it's going to stay that way forever. That is why we need to practice and introduce a culture of regular inspections through the driver Geotab. Now, however, by inspecting regularly, like I said, you will better identify worsening or potential issues before they disrupt operations and result in much higher repair replacement expenses. And then lastly, regular inspections keep people safe. The larger an organization, the more equipment, vehicles, and other assets its personnel will be in check. And then the likelier that people outside the organization can negatively be impacted by an asset malfunction. But even in mid-sized organizations, or small companies, it pays off to have an organized system of frequent, thorough inspections that constantly check for problems that can lead to catastrophes. Geotab Drive, while we're speaking about inspections, when it comes to the Geotab platform, we have the Geotab Drive, which is a mobile app that streamlines ELD, also known as electric logging devices. And this is where drivers can complete your driver vehicle inspection reporting. And with Geotab Drive, drivers can easily record their hours of service, the status, and complete vehicle inspections from a tablet or a smartphone. That's how convenient it is. And then managers can stay up to date on fleet compliance with real-time access to, information on My Geotab, including violation alerts and detailed reports on driver logs, as well as remaining hours of the day. So the Geotab Drive app is a useful and integral part of daily business operations for many fleets, supporting compliance and productivity along with driver safety and vehicle uptime. So the app also supports many different rules sets, such as national and interstate travel, and can add an exception such as yard movement or personal conveyance. And drivers can also apply exemptions such as your adverse driving conditions that will also be notified and alerted as it happens. So more regarding the driver vehicle inspection report, they are mandatory, if I can put it that way. They are mandatory for all commercial motor vehicles. Everything from certifying a previous inspection, performing a new inspection, or lastly, as it says here, repairing a defect, can be all done through the Geotab's user-friendly interface. Now, the DVIR solution is flexible with completely customizable lists of defects. This is where a company can define which areas of vehicles or fleets are of interest when doing an inspection and which defects are considered to be critical. Now, by performing frequent inspections, you will ensure assets are functioning as efficiently as they should. Keep asset failures from hurting the bottom line and protecting your personnel and the public from harm. Then fleet managers can start or can set alerts pertaining to inspections conducted by the driver, be it before a trip, post a trip, or even during a trip. And for those inspections where defects were picked up, alerts will be sent to the manager, and an important judgment of allowing that trip or the next one to take place with or without a repair can save the company a lot of money. At the end of the day, when it comes to inspections, the cost of ignorance or negligence can be far greater than the price of preventative action. All right, I think that we've come to the end of the content for today, just to see if we have any questions. All right, I see that we don't have any questions. Now remember, guys, if you're watching this also at a later stage, you can pop in your questions on our email address, which is info@geotabafrica.com, or you can give our sales team a call, maybe for a demo or further explanation on the topic that we touched on today on 011-564-5400. All right, from my side, just wanted to say, stay tuned for our different platforms for the latest in telematics updates, as well as our next webinar series. So thank you very much. Have a lovely day.